Cut podcast. I'm Jessica Osbrook. This is Kim Graves, and we're from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Are you wearing the same shirt as last week?
All the time. Look, I've slept in this shirt.
Yeah.
I sleep
very
in
comfortable.
it.
It's very
It's
soft,
the
yes.
same shirt. You know, I sleep in it, and yeah, I don't. Yeah, it smells okay.
Sorry. It's all about there. It smells delicious. Amazing. We have a special guest with us, Travis Tafflinger from Bridges Outreach. Travis, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Hi, Travis.
Hello.
It's been years. Actually,
Has it?
Actually, I think I ran into you just like a couple of weeks or so ago. But prior to that, the last time I had actually worked with Travis was, oh my gosh, when did the tornadoes come through?
12 and 16.
Was it 12?
Yeah.
Or was it 13?
When you guys were the
The first one we were really involved, so I think it was.
that's when it was.
November.
Yeah. And you guys
2012.
had like a location set up on on the second floor. I don't even remember where it
Yeah,
was.
we were kind of coordinating all the volunteers and event
Yes.
track and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that's important to mention because that's not what Bridges Outreach does traditionally. They do not do
Yeah.
disaster recovery.
Yeah.
They help people in our community. Travis, give us kind of
Yeah.
the start, your origin story, how you came to be, because you started this organization.
Well, definitely God started it. He started working on me and Casey Klein's heart when we were in college. And long story short, we had worked at a Boys and Girls Club in Anderson and really loved it. I was an elementary education major. Casey was a business major. We liked those fields, but we just felt like there was going to be something different. And a Christian Boys and Girls Club was really what brought us to Kokomo. It's kind of a fun story, but we were originally going to be in the where the Gilead House is now, the old
Okay.
YWCA,
Uh-huh.
and that building, the lady that was going to buy it decided not to, and we were embarrassed and frustrated and a little humiliated and confused of like why would we come back here to start this, and then we had paint colors picked out and everything, and then it just kind of lost. And what we realized is we were in the driver's seat, and God was like, you haven't been letting me lead. You guys are trying to lead. So the moment we humbled ourselves, started listening to people that were wiser than us, got in the back seat, within 2 weeks, Central invited us into their program, or into their school. They gave us a classroom, a computer lab, the gym. We got a van donated.
Wow.
Someone downtown gave us free office space, and a large check came in. So all within 2 weeks of us losing that building, it took off.
Have a
and-
little faith sometimes, man. Whew.
yeah. So it started as an after-school program with 30 kids at Central, which is so cool because I just married 2 of them last 2 weekends ago.
That's exciting.
Yes, and it's the second couple from that original 30. There are OGs, and they're only like 6 or 7 years younger than
That's
me.
what I was going to ask. Because you guys were like 22, 23
Yes.
when you started this organization?
Yeah, we were young and dumb, but we were faithful
Yeah.
because I don't think I would do it now. I guess I'm a scaredy cat
I
now.
think you would. I think you still would.
Yeah, I think
God
so
told
too.
us to. We would.
Yeah.
So we started out at Central. Then Bon Air was like, man, we could use your help up here. And then our kids started getting older, so we jumped into the high school. And then 2008, the mentoring program came. And really, that's kind of our bread and butter is after school and mentoring. Our mission is to bridge families to Jesus Christ and make disciples that make disciples. We just happen to do it through mentoring and tutoring.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do it through helping people with tornadoes.
Yeah.
And then recently, though, since COVID, we've really been able to expand into some other areas. The mission hasn't changed, but employment's very important to us,
Right.
and housing's very important to us. So we feel like helping people out of poverty, those are some of the 2 biggest things that can help. Obviously, a job and a home. Trying to help renters become homeowners. So we get to do that as well, and we just love it. The older I get, I'm actually working a little bit less with the kids, but most of the kids that we started with aren't much younger than me, and we now have Bridges kids that have their kids in Bridges. So it has come full circle.
Well,
Full circle.
it's for all children. It's for
Right.
every kid, correct?
Yeah, so at Kokomo Center Schools, we work essentially K through 12. Our mentoring program is elementary, and then our after-school programs are middle school and high school. But we're super excited. We've been partnering a lot with Carver. And
yay.
in January will be our 20th year anniversary. And we are going to start an after-school program for elementary kiddos at
Yay.
Carver. So it'll be,
So
that'll be
exciting.
K through 5.
Uh-huh.
And there's still a lot of things we're working out, but it'll meet a couple times a week, along with our middle school programs and our high school programs. So for the first time, we will be hanging out with kids after school, K through 12.
That's pretty exciting. Plus, you've got some other projects going on right now, right?
Yeah, so the Frozen Sandlot, this is our 7th year of that, and we're super excited about it. It's a great partnership with the city. We'll have about 30 employees. Almost all of them are high school and college age students. So if they're over 16, we pay them. If they're under 16, then they'll be part of our internship program. And it's more than just employment. We help them with resumes and interviews and problem solving and how to talk to customers and how to communicate with your boss and, you know, all the payroll and taxes and just all that stuff that can kind of be a barrier your first job. We want to kind of have a soft landing spot for people in their first job, so it'll last for 8 weeks. We would we also partner with churches and schools, so big groups. We would love for you to come out and skate. It's great. In Kokomo, there's not a ton to do in the winter. I mean, just because of the weather that's outside. And this is one thing that you can dress up, get some warm clothes on, come out and skate, get some hot chocolate. We also host birthday parties, Christmas parties, business parties in our suite. So it's a special place to make some memories and work off all the turkey and ham that we're eating over the holidays.
Guess who's got her own skates?
Do you really?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
I know that there are people who
I'm
show up and skate almost every day.
And the cool thing is when we started, very few people knew how to skate because the last skating was Delco Park, which was
Yes.
almost 25
Loyal.
years ago.
I was there
Yeah.
almost like every night, every
I was
weekend.
too.
Yeah.
So people would come and we would just charge people for skates. Well, every once in a while someone would bring their own skates. We're like, yeah, we'll just charge you $5 instead of $7. And last year,
Wheelin' dealin'.
we had hundreds of people bring their own skates, which the first year we just had a couple. So people are investing in them now and getting into it. And then we have a few kids that have memberships and they come almost every day we're open.
Yeah.
And adults.
How fun.
I just my dream was to be in the Olympics,
Really?
but yeah, that never happened. But I still have my own skates.
Have you been skating lately?
No, I skated last year.
Did you?
Yeah, we went to a place down in Indiana. I got them skates out, and I was one of those kids that when I loved to ice skate, I always crocheted those little pom poms, put on my
Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah, and it was always my school colors.
Oh, and the school
Nice.
colors
Were red and black. It was Taylor.
red and black.
Okay.
Go Titans.
Yeah, go Titans. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I hope you come out and skate with us this year.
Hey, gonna give it a try. So, do you have first aid just in case I fall?
We
Just
do.
checking for a friend.
I'm not the friend. Maybe I am.
Never know.
The
Oh.
year that the Frozen Sandlot opened, I've only been out on skates once.
Really?
But I went out there after we had been there very early in the morning and it was like 8 degrees. I'm not even kidding. So I was so cold and stiff that I got nervous I was going to fall and hurt myself. So I got to get out there again.
Oh, I'll try to make it out there and take you and.
I'll watch.
Oh,
Do a triple salto.
I can. Hey, I'll twirl. What a fun time! Oh my gosh! And you have some other projects going on.
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, really all of our programs come usually from a broken heart, and we had started talking to our kids, and just the more you get to know them, you hear about their living situations, and really for no fault of their own, some of their landlords were just really crummy, and it wasn't usually Kokomo landlords. There's some good ones out there, but a lot of them, people would be shocked how many landlords do not live in the state of Indiana, and now we're even starting to get ones that don't even live in our country. And we had a girl that had like live animals living in her house, like raccoons and squirrels and different things, and they were paying kind of a lot of money per month to be in this junky place.
They weren't her pets, right?
Right.
Wow.
They were
Okay,
not
just want to
pets.
make sure.
And
Ugh.
so Kokomo has always had affordable housing, and we were like, what if we started helping one family at a time own their own home? And you rent in a house for 20 years and move out, you really have nothing to show for it. You own your own home for a few years and sell it, you have a lot of equity.
Yep.
And it really helps their family. Well, hopefully they'll pass it down from generation to generation.
right.
So we're on house 13 now. We have
Wow.
3 rehabs. So we're averaging about 4 or 5 a year. And then we're building our first one. So we have 3 rehabs going on right now. We've actually sold 10 to Bridges families. We sell them at 20% off the appraised value. So most of them are, we just had a young couple buy a $146,000 house for $104,000.
That's great.
They also got part of a boost program. But between the two, we're really trying to equal the playing field so these people can become first-time homeowners. And then, they live in it. They can live in it forever, or after a couple years if they want to sell it. We do ask that they live in it for 2 years, but they can sell it and then go move on to another one, and then someone else can maybe own their own home. So
Who's doing the work on the houses? You have some. Are you doing it? Are
we
your
do
kids
none of
doing
the
it?
work. None of the work. We have
He's-
some great contractors. Adam Warland is our project manager. Glover Plumbing, Fortune HVAC, and Chad Comp Electric. Those are kind of our 4 main ones, but we have some other ones, and they're flipping them really fast.
That's amazing.
Again, the city of Kokomo is a big partner too. They've donated a couple houses. We've bought a few off the Housing Authority. We've bought a few off the open market.
Right.
But we know there's nothing worse than one of those eyesore homes that's just in the middle of the
Ah,
block.
Right.
So the cool thing is just the ripple effect of these houses. One, the best news is a family gets to own their own home. And that changes their financial life forever.
Forever.
2, everybody in that neighborhood gets a little bump up in their market. Like
Right.
it's neighborhood development. And then 3, a lot of these houses have not been on the tax roll. So now we have property taxes going back into the city that goes back into the library and our schools and,
Right.
and programs like Bridges that are doing these housing things. So it's just really, really neat how it's happening. And we've put them all over the place. The one we're building is up on North Apperson. We've done on South J. We've done some in Cedar Crest and Indian Heights. We've done a couple downtown. Did one on the north end up on North Bell. So we've really kind of scattered it. They're all in the city limits. We've had 14 families go from renting to first-time home ownership. 4 of them have bought houses. They didn't buy our houses, but they still bought their own home. So it's kind of 2 tracks. We're working on houses and we're working on renters. And that part, they do a quick application to make sure they financially qualify. Then they do some online training.
Okay, that was going to be my
Yep.
question.
And then they get pre-approved, normally through a bank that has the federal loan bank that
Oh yeah, that
has-
home boost program that we love so much.
Oh man.
First time home buyers, it has been exhausted by the way, but it
Yeah.
will be back again next year and we'll remind you about it, I promise.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
So do
game
you have
changer.
quite a few people that are definitely interested in your program, or just walk up and say, I want to be considered for this. How do I get involved? How do I
Yeah.
sign up? I mean, I'm sure you do.
We do, and I would tell most people that you can financially qualify. The standards are not. This program isn't necessarily helping the homeless, or helping people in dire straits. This is really that working middle class that has an income and really can just shift their money to ownership instead of renting, which
Right.
changes everything. So we have our application online. We've had over 70 people apply, and only about 10 of them have made too much money. So the majority of them work, and even the ones that that make too much money, we will still work with you. You just can't quite receive the benefits that we offer the other folks, but we still, if we exhaust all of our efforts through our queue of people that are kind of in our database that are eligible for a home, then we go to the people that maybe were overqualified, and then they can just pay the fair market rate.
So when they're buying the home, they're buying it from Bridges Outreach. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's pretty amazing. You guys are putting people in homes and all over Kokomo. How cool. That's so great.
Yeah, it's just not a rental. I mean, it's
Yep.
something that they're gaining value and they're gaining
A fully renovated home.
fully.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want a fully renovated
Yep,
home.
they we're very careful, and they do a great job. We always have a new roof, new furnace, new appliances. Our hope and prayer is that you would be able to live in this house for at least 10 to 15 years before you would have to reinvest anything else. And you always have to do upkeep and things
Right,
like that.
right.
But we take care of the main things so that they don't have to worry about that.
There's something I like about Bridges Outreach is that you're resourceful. You got what's next.
You do.
What do you have coming
Yeah.
up next? That's what I like. You start at one place and then you keep building to keep helping these families start to finish, which I think is really amazing. How
Yeah,
many
we're
people
kind
have
of,
you served altogether? You got a number in 20 years?
All together?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You have to find that out.
It's about 500 kids a year, and then again, we want to be holistic, and relationships are important to us. So we can work with a kid for 7 years or more. So it's not 500 new ones every year, but they just keep going and going and going. So yeah, we're probably getting close to 10,000, but we're really never, we're more about roots and going deep. God, if we pray and we're devoted to the right things, God will take care of the fruit. And if you would have told me even 4 years ago that we would be flipping houses and building houses, I would have said no way. 8 years ago, if you'd said we would have ran an ice skating rink, I would have said, well, we don't know how to do that. So we're just we're grinders.
Yeah.
We really love relationships, and we just through the power of the Holy Spirit and what God is doing, we just put our sail up and he takes care of the wind. But it's the adventure of a lifetime. Like I never would have ventured. Again, we thought we were gonna have a Christian Boys and Girls Club. We ended up having an after school program.
Yeah.
Mentoring and employment and housing, all these things just kind of keep coming. But one guy said it best. He's like, this word might not sound pretty, but you guys are just grinders.
I like
and
it.
I said, yeah,
True.
that's really, we just kind of, we're like that
Yeah.
penny in the pocket that just keeps showing up.
I like
but,
it. A good penny.
Yeah.
A good penny.
Yeah. You find it on the ground and you're like,
Ooh,
there's
Bridges
Travis
Outreach, yeah.
again.
Travis is
He's
here.
here.
I thought of you today. So almost to your 20th anniversary. Do we have anything planned? Anything big coming up for the 20th? You can do a party?
we are not,
Party people.
we are not party people. And the best way to celebrate 20 years, I think, would be starting an elementary after school program. So
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do, we are not banquet people. I mean, we're jeans and hoodies
There
and
are
pizza
enough
and
banquets.
dodgeball kind of people.
We go to enough banquets.
I know. So I think what we're gonna do is have like a family reunion.
I
We're
love
gonna.
that.
It'll be the
cool.
weather will be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be by the putt-putt course, which will be coming this summer, and just barbecue and hang out and just have this weekend where people just kind of
Celebration.
show up.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not old enough, but I'd love to just sit in a rocking chair and just look and watch all the
And cry.
yeah. I
Wait,
have a
how
lot-
old do you have to be to sit in a rocking chair? Come on.
I'm a big rocker, so that was the best part about
Rocker and
having little
rocker.
kids is I always
Yeah.
had my wife. I was like, I'll rock them because even when I drive, I rock. I'm a little fidgety.
Oh, I'm
So,
very fidgety.
Yeah.
I'm a
I'm a
fidgety
big
lady
fan of
too.
rocking chairs.
Anything that keeps me moving.
Make sure he has
sure.
plenty of rocking chairs at
That's
their
right.
celebration.
And
Locking that
Kleenexes.
in.
Yeah, and Kleenexes. Yeah.
I imagine
yeah.
that's going to be a lot of Kleenexes for sure.
Well, you all do amazing work, and I'm sure you're led, in every direction that God is guiding you, and you guys are fulfilling so much in this community. And I, for one, appreciate, and I know Jessica does, and
We
this
had a Bridges
community
Kid Art
appreciates you.
House.
Yeah.
We love Bridges.
Yeah, you guys do amazing work. And just when it's silent and you don't hear anything, boom, you pop up. And there's something else going
Yep.
on. And
Yep.
you just keep fulfilling and fulfilling, and you are truly appreciated in everything you do. So I see it and I hear about it, and so thank you. Thank
Big
you
fans.
very much.
Big fans.
All the glory goes to God, and probably the coolest story that's happened recently is just all the things that have come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
So one of our directors that runs our Maple Crest program is a Bridges kid. Two of our part-time assistant directors are Bridges kids. We had our first, I don't know if it was home 8 or 9, but it was one of our first Bridges kids bought one of our Bridges homes.
I love it.
And he now drives a school bus for Kokomo schools.
Huh.
And it's come full circle. And then again, I've married a couple of them, and they're having kids, which is cool. But then some of them have kids that are in Bridges at our middle school programs, and it's that full circle moment is really, it's kind of like God winking, I think, at us and saying,
You're doing a good
like,
job.
this is what, because when you start it with just a vision, you have no idea.
Right.
No idea.
What's going to happen?
But he does, and he's like, it's not, and we always knew, like, we're not going to know if this works or how this works until 20 or 30 years, because you don't measure someone's life as a 12-year-old.
I hope so.
So that's the neatest part, is just how full circle it's come, and how longevity and grinding and just sticking with it
And helping
works
kids.
because God is faithful.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
working because you're seeing the full circle. You're seeing the
Right.
kids who are there and have this very safe place to go after school. And they're making friendships and relationships and growing into adults together in a safe place.
Yeah.
It's great. Travis, if we want anybody to know any more about Bridges Outreach, your mission, what you do, how should we get a hold of you?
Yeah, our website is by far the best way. So if you're interested in the housing program, the application's on there. If you're interested in becoming a mentor and volunteering, that's on there. If you're interested in joining us for the Frozen Sandlot, that's on there. So I would just encourage people to go to our website, bridgesoutreach.com. Our Facebook page is pretty good too, but both of those two ways are by far the best ways to reach us.
And don't forget, Frozen Sandlot opens, I believe, next week, Black Friday?
Yes, Black Friday will be open 35 days this year. The calendar is on there. It's pretty much every weekend now until the first full weekend of January.
Great. That
We'll
sounds
get our
like fun.
skates out,
Yeah, that's
shine
right.
them, wax them a little bit,
I'm gonna need lessons, I think.
practice on our twirls.
I'm not gonna. I wouldn't go out there and start with twirls, but I'll watch. Watch me. I will for
I know.
sure.
Oh, watch you at the hospital.
Watch you at the hospital. I hope not. I'm not on something there. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Jessica Osbrook. This is Kim Graves. You've been watching the Ripple Effect podcast. Thanks to Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union. See you next week.